The last part of what I want to share with you about the sixth condition is what I call with our students sixth condition postgraduate. Because all I spoke about now is basic level. By postgraduate I mean this. It is easy to be grateful for what is good and pleasant and nice and pleasure and kind. But there's so much in life which is not like that. The postgraduate of the sixth condition is gratitude for crisis, gratitude for failure, gratitude for mistakes, gratitude for what does not work, gratitude for disasters, for separation, for death. Gratitude for death, you may say? Is this possible? Well, why not? Anybody was born without intention to die on some level? Why can we be grateful for anything else apart from the end of life? Could it be it's a gift as well? Could it be that when we develop gratitude to what we learned from a crisis, we will be much more prepared for the next one? Because we start to think, there must be something in that for me. I don't know what, but I'll find out. Look at your life, whichever angle you like. Point to some major crisis in your life and ask yourself, would you be the same person if this crisis did not happen? Would you like to be the same person as before this crisis happened? And you will find very often that you are grateful for yourself, how you took the crisis, and therefore for the crisis to happen, giving you this opportunity. It's easier to see it much later, but if you do enough of that, it starts to be a certain readiness. There is a message in everything in life, and there is a potential opportunity in everything. And if we practice it on the past, you'll be ready for the future, because you will die. And however it happens, is a crisis. And people remember it. And we think about it a lot, whether you like it or not. Will we be ready for that crisis? Well, Socrates was, and he defined it as a goal of all philosophy, to be ready to die. Can we be grateful for that too? There's a song of Leonard Cohen from the late part of his life. It's called Here It Is. And one refrain says, may everyone live and may everyone die. Hello, my love, and my love, goodbye. That's a man who developed gratitude to a high degree. And this is a postgraduate, but it helps to practice on what is good, because a lot is good. The sunrise, the spring come, there's food to eat, the body functions, there's meaningful work, there's work at all. We are here in Europe, top of the food chain. There's a lot for us to be grateful for, and if you forget it, come to my other country, Africa, cross the road and go to the townships and 10 people in 2 rooms and they're still there, and South Africa is not the worst country. Just involve yourself with what happened in the rest of the family of humanity, and you will see how much you've got to be grateful for just normal European life. I advise you to travel a bit and to look at the whole family, and not to just be happy that you are lucky, but mobilize it into a will to do something with the rest of us, because there's one family. As for the practice of it, I think it can be a meditation in itself. You can stop at any point and say, okay, it's time to do 6 conditions. What am I grateful for today or yesterday? You will find so much, but you wasted it if you didn't stop to appreciate it. Open the door and breathe the fresh air and appreciate it. Air. Gerald Manley Hopkins meditated on air, and he called it our mother, Mother Mary in the air. People look at a grain of sand and saw the universe. A moment of time became eternity for Blake. So it's a meditation. You can do it just because you choose to do it. And then people give you always a practice. And people can see it in your eyes if you appreciate them as human beings, or just look for how you can use them. Just imagine. There'll be a culture in a collegium of teachers. When they meet together, they celebrate each other. They want to come, they don't want to go home because it's so nurturing. And compare it to what you do in sacred Thursday night teachers meeting. Are you going home more refreshed or more exhausted? If you go home more exhausted, sixth condition does not prevail amongst you. Pick it up. And I want to say a word for the religious life. I'm not an organized religious person. I don't belong to any church or synagogue or anything like that. I don't need it. I respect those who do. That doesn't mean I don't have my own religious life. And I respect all the religions of the world. I don't need them in an organized fashion. But I cultivate my own. And in all the religions of the world, there is the thanksgiving. I look at the Jewish religion. I'm not a religious Jew, third generation, non-religious Jew. Still, I appreciate the tradition of my forefathers who get up in the morning and bless sleep and then do the basic arrangement in the morning and thank God for that and thank God for the meal and thank God for everything. And it becomes regular, and the Muslims do the same. Most of the people in my country when I was born in Israel were not religious, but it is still a moment of appreciating things. It's so deep. So I want to point to the best part of religious life, stopping from time to time and appreciate existence itself, appreciate life itself, appreciate what we are given, which we have not created. It is a gift. And that certainly does not depend on somebody else. Now, I'm not talking about standing up in a collective and saying some verse that somebody has wrote many years ago, or opening the prayer book and say something prescribed. That's not what we're talking about. You're talking about really feeling it and meaning it and experiencing it afresh. And appreciation has expressions. To say thank you alone does not do it if you don't mean it. But if you do mean it, you would want to say it. And therefore, expressions of gratitude are highly appreciated when they're genuine and they lead to acts of love, as I said before. And that's what I have to say today in this format about the sixth condition. And try it out, and then you will see something about what I meant and maybe more. Thank you, and see you again on the seventh condition.